So nobody's coming to save you. No, the good news is nobody's stopping you either. And then once you're aware that that's your superpower, once you know what's going wrong, you can address it, and you can take the right decisions and the right choices to start eliminating sugar, start eliminating the complex carbohydrates. So nobody's coming to save you. So this is little Banjo. He's probably 5 days old, and his mum rejected him. So if we didn't step in, he wouldn't make it. And I guess he doesn't have a choice. It wasn't his choice that mum didn't want anything to do with him. But when it comes to you and your health, you do have choices. He didn't, you do. So unlike little Banjo here, when it comes to your health and your longevity, you do have choices. They are really just yours and yours alone to make. As Jean-Paul Sartre once said, man is nothing but what he makes of himself. And that's entirely true when it comes to health. Question is, when you make your choices, are they going to be healthy ones? Nobody's coming to save you. So you're pretty much in charge. You're your own first responder. The first time you'll see an ambulance is when they, come to scoop you up after your heart attack. So if you're waiting for other people to come along and fix things, got a bit of bad news. You're already losing time. And the fix can be as easy as what you're putting in your mouth and what you're doing in terms of gentle exercise. It's all very simple, but never easy. So are the doctors coming to save you? Well, they mean well. They're well intentioned, but they've been pretty much trained on prescribing, not preventing. And that sounds a little bit harsh, but that's the reality. That's what I found. So yeah, doctors are good at prescribing, but they can't make your food choices for you. I mean, some will. I've not met one yet, but some will ask you to eat a little bit more healthy. Now, what they consider healthy can be a lot different to what people in the low carb world call healthy. The whole food pyramid that was designed in the 60s and 70s was pretty much designed to get you eating more grains, more cereals, more fruit, all the stuff that we now know to be pretty detrimental if you suffer from type 2 diabetes or hypertension or have been struggling to lose weight for a lengthy period of time. The whole medical system is built to manage illness, built to manage the results of poor choices, poor individual choices, and it's really not there to reverse that damage. It's pretty much there to manage the results of those poor choices and not reverse them. So is the system broken? I guess it's more, it isn't broken, it's doing what it was designed to do. And whether that's a good or a bad thing depends on your perspective. Doctors are trained on medication and medicating and pills and dispensing and managing, managing poor choices. They really don't focus on metabolism and getting you to do the things we know you need to do. And the food industry is part of that system as well. They just spend billions and billions and billions marketing products that will make you sick, will make you fat, will make you type 2 diabetic, and they don't give a rat's ass. They just, as long as they're making a profit, as long as they're pushing those, sugary boxes of Cheerios down your throat, the happier they and their shareholders are. They really, despite what they say, despite what you see on the packets of super healthy, heart healthy, big green tick, 99% fat free, they don't mention that it's also 28% sugar in the box. So they really, they're doing their part of the system, and they're doing it really, really well, which is why everybody's fat, sick, unhealthy, uh, struggling with, like I was with type 2 diabetes. Really is probably the biggest crime of the last century, and they just continue rolling on. So nobody's coming to save you. The system isn't going to save you. The system's doing what it was designed to do, and it's going to be entirely down to you to fight back. So no one's coming to save you. The system was never designed to be saving you. It was entirely designed for profit. So whether that's continual lifetime medications in the pharma industry, or continual profits in the big food industry, um, both of those things work hand in hand. Now, if you were completely cynical, you say that's all by design. Maybe it's just a happy accident, but it's happy for them, not happy for us. So if the system was a good system, we'd all be, super healthy, super fit. We'd all be, running around without a care in the world. But the truth is, the system is doing exactly what it was designed to do. So maybe you're waiting for motivation. My motivation was getting diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and uber high blood pressure, 180 over 120. And I was, I guess, rapidly approaching clinically obese, although I didn't see myself like that. I was 123 kilos and yeah, due for an early grave, I guess. So, what's your motivation? I suspect you won't magically wake up one day and think, right, I'm ready, let's go. It's really a case of action creates motivation. So, you need to be doing in order to get the motivation you need to do it, to keep doing it. And that means doing the things you aren't particularly happy with, even when you don't want to do them. So, it means making the right food choices, going for that little walk in the mornings or in the evenings, and just avoiding all of the processed food, all of the complex carbohydrates, all of the bread and potatoes and rice and sweets and sugary drinks and cookies and all of the good stuff. It's your choice to eat them or not, and once you start not eating them, it's all a matter of discipline to keep that going. So a little bit harsh, but most people die waiting. They're waiting for the savior. They're waiting for the right time to start. They're waiting for the right plan, the right scheme, the right pill to save them. Or just waiting for the right feeling. Truth is, nothing changes, and especially if you wait to be ready, it changes when you decide it will. So nobody's coming to save you. Now, the good news is nobody's stopping you either. The decisions you make, what you put in your mouth, what's on your fork, what's on your plate, what's in your fridge, what's in your weekly shopping, is entirely down to you. Nobody's forcing you to make poor choices. Likewise, nobody's forcing you to make good choices. That is really, your choice, and entirely 100% up to you. So once you make the choice, take the decision to get a bit healthier. It can be a little bit confronting. You might find that you don't get a whole lot of support at home, or amongst your friends or workmates. They can be a little bit dismissive of, especially if you're choosing a low carb or an LCHF approach. It can often be ridiculed, or as the next fad or the next big thing. Whereas even though it's a little bit confronting, can be a little bit lonely, it really is your is the catalyst for you to lead a happier, healthier life. So is it easy? No, it's not. Is it simple? Yes, it is. Extremely simple to follow low carb, low sugar or no sugar diet plan. So changing diet is fairly simple. Changing the way you move your body is also very simple. Just like we say, it's just a choice you make. So both those things can be hard, but it's certainly not as hard as losing a foot to diabetes or keeling over with a heart attack, whether that's unexpected or not. And it's all entirely preventable through the choices that you make. So you've got two paths really to decide on. One's discipline and the other one's regret. And it's down to you from this point on, if you like, which one you choose. Are you going to choose the discipline, or are you going to regret not doing anything, when something tragic eventually happens? So you get to choose. You get to make that choice. Nobody else is going to make that decision for you, so choose wisely. So you don't need to be perfect. Let's be quite honest, everybody slips from time to time. You just really need to be aware of what you're doing. So you don't need to launch into, full-blown keto diet straight away. Just become aware of your choices. So look at what you're eating, what you're buying, how much sugary soda or drink you're choosing. And then once you're aware, that's your superpower. Once you know what's going wrong, you can address it, and you can take the right decisions and the right choices to start eliminating sugar, start eliminating the complex carbohydrates that are, for most people, they are the ones that are responsible for many health problems, including ones we've brushed on today, which is type 2 diabetes, obesity, visceral fat gain, insulin resistance, high blood pressure, susceptibility to cancer, susceptibility to Alzheimer's and dementia, all the stuff that lots and lots and lots of studies are finding are related to metabolism and poor diet choices. So perfection isn't the aim. It really is. The aim is to take back control and to take ownership of your health. So you don't need to be perfect. Your family doesn't need you to be perfect. They just need you alive. They just need you, a bit healthier. This whole thing's not just for you. It really is something that, probably owe is a bit strong, but something you maybe owe to your family to do your best. So to be around a bit longer. So if you're married, you don't really want to make your wife a widow before she needs to be. If you've got grandkids, then do you want them to have stories told about you, or would you prefer to make memories with them yourself? It really is as important as that. Family really doesn't need excuses. They just need you to stick around for as long as you possibly can. So nobody's coming to save you, but you're still worth saving. You can still turn things around. Age isn't an excuse. There are men in their 60s, 70s, 80s that are reversing type 2 diabetes just through simple diet changes. I see tons and tons of stories on the low carb and carnivore groups of men that have had lifelong weight problems, lifelong mental health problems, and by eliminating processed food, eliminating excess sugar and carbohydrates from their diet, they have turned that around, lost weight, become mentally clear at ages that way beyond what I experienced. When I was 55, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, massive blood pressure problems, and I started then. That was 5 years ago, and I really haven't looked back since. So age is certainly no excuse. Every day you delay starting is a day lost. Is a day closer to pushing up daisies prematurely. It's not too late unless you keep telling yourself it's too late, and you really don't want to do that. So freedom pretty much starts when you accept that nobody's coming to save you. Everything you choose to do, everything you choose to eat, everything you choose to drink is your choice. So lots of things that are, they say to focus on the things that you control. I mean, you don't control the lies told to you by the food industry. Eat all this fantastic sugary food and you'll be healthy and better looking and drive a nice car and blah de blah de blah de blah. That you don't control. You can choose to ignore it, and that's certainly something you should consider. You really don't control when your doctor or the big pharma says you need to take this pill for the rest of your life. It's the only way you're going to manage your blood sugar. That's clearly not true. You don't need to believe the food industry when they say, hey, you need to stop eating fat, you need to stop eating red meat, you should be eating fruit and grains and breads and cereals and all the stuff. I mean, I'll do a video one day on where that all came from, and it wasn't the health industry, it was the cereal industry, and it's a very well known fact, and it was shocking when I found out. So yeah, you're not responsible for what you've been told, but you are responsible for what you do from this point on. So whatever you choose, choose wisely. Nobody's coming to save you, but do you need saving, or do you just need some clarity? You've already got the ability, you've already got the power to make changes, and that's something well within your power. And you really need to own the things you need to change. So that starts with your next meal, what's on your plate, what's on your fridge, what's on your grocery list, all things entirely and easily within your power. So choose wisely. So what is your number one challenge? What is stopping you? What's the hurdles that are stopping you from making the changes to your diet, to your exercise regime, or lack of exercise regime? I'd really like to know. So if you drop a comment below this video, I'll see if I can help, see if I can answer some questions. So that's the entire purpose of this channel. I've got nothing to sell. I've got no book or course or membership or paid anything, no high ticket programs. I've just got a message. I went through a pretty big transformation 5 years ago, and it's easy. Well, maybe not easy is the right word. It's simple, and I just feel it necessary to spread that message, to spread that word. And so if you know somebody that could use a little pep talk, could use this information, then please do share this video or share the channel. If you'd like to keep up with more videos like this, more recipes, more ways to defeat the sugar demons, then I'd love it if you could subscribe. That will tell YouTube that what I've got to say is of value, and that's what it's all about. Just letting people know that there is a way forward, there is a way out of being overweight, type 2 diabetic, struggling with hypertension, all those good things that us over 50s or now I'm over 60, can typically struggle with. And as much as I can, I'm here to help. I'm not a doctor, not a dietitian. I'm just a bloke with a phone on a stick that's been through it. So, and if there's anything I can do to help, that's why I'm here. So my name's been Alan. You'll find me at carbsurvivor.com. Like I said before, please do like, subscribe, ding the bell, do whatever they reckon you should do, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. See you. Bye bye. Goodbye. Yeah, good one. The wee-wee's on set.